Hello guys, thank you for joining me again for another video. So this video I'm going to go into a little bit of the deep subject of past lives and the other side. I know that many of you might be confused about the other side, or you may feel as though you've had past lives but aren't sure, and I'm just going to clear up a couple of things for you so that you can understand. Before I begin, just know that you all have the power to create the reality for yourself, and whatever you truly believe in, please keep believing it. You don't have to believe me, but I'm just channeling information for you about things that I have experienced and what I have learned through the course of my lifetimes as a soul. So basically, to begin, we are all souls. Even though we live in physical bodies in this world, we all are souls, and souls are different reflections of God, and God is basically everything, and everything is God, and it's all the creation of God. And I'm not specifically speaking to any religion here, because all religions in truth connect to the same Creator. But before we go really deep into that touchy subject, let's talk a little bit about the soul's journey and past lives. So basically, since God is pure love and doesn't understand anything other than love, we are all in the complete presence and euphoria of love when we are on the other side. The other side is the dimension that surrounds Earth, where spirits go in between incarnations, and where many other powerful beings reside. There's different levels and hundreds and millions, billions of different dimensions of the other side that we all experience. But the main one, the one that we all are a part of, is the spirit world. And basically, when we come into this life, when we come into this world, there's a lot of planning that goes into your incarnation. Some spirits can reside in the spirit world for a long time because things are a lot easier there. You can manifest things instantly. There's much that we're always in a state of pure love and pure euphoria and pure acceptance and non-judgment, and there's no negativity in the spirit world. So that's on the other side. There's no negativity. Earth is a very dense place. We live in a very dense, sort of dualistic world where there's light and there's dark. And even though that exists in the spirit world, most of us, we live in a place before we incarnate that's very positive, and I'll go into whole videos where I explain what the spirit world looks like and the different beings that reside there. But this video is mostly going to be about your own soul's journey and the importance of past lives. So basically, we are free will beings, and God completely loves us with unconditional love. So we are at our own free will to experience whatever we wish to experience for God. We learn for God, basically. But we're all reflections of God in a way. So we are here learning for God, and we basically incarnate, and we spend a lot of time creating a chart similar to our astrology birth chart that describes our personalities, different challenges that we want to overcome, different journeys that you want to go on with your soul family, and also, things like physical appearance, things like, our strengths in our lives, our weaknesses. You have to understand that most people don't believe this because they say, well, why did I choose? I didn't choose to, have this life. You did choose to have this life. There's no one on the other side that's forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. Unless I'll talk more about dark entities later, but most of you watching this, I'm sure, are not dark entities. So yes, on the other side we have complete control over what we wish to experience, what we wish to learn. But when we're planning these things out, you have to understand we're in a state of complete non-judgment, of complete love, of complete service, of complete ecstasy. So everything we plan out might not make sense to us when we're actually here. When we actually do come into our physical bodies through the birth, we're suddenly, we're this magical, wise, spiritual being, but we have to come into a baby in order to live our life. And unfortunately, a baby, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but babies don't have, the kind of brains or anything yet to hold all of this information. So in a sense, we're sort of remembering everything that we've learned backwards as we go on through our lives. Some beings choose to be intensely psychic. They choose to focus completely on spirituality during their life. Others don't. Others are just here for fun, or just here to drive a sports car, or just here to help out another being that they're close to, or just, there's countless reasons, and everyone has their own reasons for incarnation. But I just want to clear up the fact that you do choose your incarnations, and you do choose almost everything before you come here. And all these things, these records are kept in the Akashic records. Some people call this the mind of God. Other people call this the Great Library. And it's basically a place in the spirit world where everyone's journeys, everyone's incarnations, everything that's ever been learned or experienced is stored. And when we are in the spirit world, we have access to all of this information, so we can choose from other people's perspectives what we wish to experience. Now, when it comes to past lives, knowing now that you've chosen everything you've ever experienced, your soul basically has many, many, many different lives. Some of us are billions of years old. Some of us has been around since the beginning of the universe. Some of us have only, they're new souls. This is their first lifetime, because creation is constantly expanding outward. So as far as past lives go, most of us have all had past lives. I've had many different past lives. Past lives can be accessed through hypnosis. They can be accessed through dreams. You can ask angels, you can ask your guides to help you remember your past lives. The importance of remembering this information is that it will clear up a lot of confusion in your life. Say you've always been, deathly afraid of something or someone. Once you remember your past life and how that affected you in that life, people have reported, miraculous cures to their phobias, because they know now that they're in this life, this is this life, and they're not in their past life anymore. So that fear that's been with them since birth shouldn't be there. There's no point for it to be there. Like myself, I've had lifetimes where I have been, I don't want to say hurt, but I've been, killed because of my abilities, and so that has prevented me, when I was younger, from really expressing my spiritual knowledge to people, because I had this inherent fear that people would judge me. But now I've realized, that's just a past life. That's a past life experience, and so now I'm here in this life, and I'm safe, and I can truly express myself. The great thing about this time period is this is a very important time period. This is the time period of ascension. This is the time period of, ascending Earth into a higher vibration. That's why there's so many people on the planet right now. There's more population than ever, because so many spirits wanted to be here and experience life at this time. That's also why, the population, like 60% of the population is between the ages of 15 and 30 right now, because everyone wants to be in that healthy, sort of young body when they go through this experience. So yes, your past lives are very important. You can remember them through hypnosis. There's many different hypnotherapists that can take you back to your past lives and help you remember things. And the purpose of this knowledge is once you remember your soul remembers your previous experiences, you suddenly start to feel very infinite. You realize how knowledgeable and how amazing you really are, because you've experienced all of these things before. Also, in past lives, and just like in this life, we make friends. And, we might have a dear friend that we've met, and we love them, and we truly connect with them on a soul level. And, we can make agreements with that friend to, go back to school together, to come back to Earth together in another life. We also have soul families. Soul families are, sort of like friends. They're just, souls that really love each other, really care for each other. They really relate to another, and they like to incarnate together in groups and experience different things and teach each other different lessons. Someone that is your brother in this life may have been a good friend or a father in a past life. Someone that's a mother in this life could be a good friend, or could have been a sister in a past life. It usually works similar to that. My mother, she's taught me a lot of what I know psychically, and in one of my past lives with her, we were really good friends, and she helped me out with a lot of things, and then so in this life, she's helping me out again by being my mother. So it's very good to really, really remember your past lives. And a lot of people too, don't realize that, they don't just live on Earth all the time. There's past lives where you could have lived in other dimensions. You could have lived as an animal. You could have lived as an elemental. You could have lived as an angel. You could have lived as an alien or a star being. And this explains a lot of our interests. If you've always been really interested in something, if something has always very much interested you, you've probably lived a past life to where that, was you at one point. Also, if you notice a certain cycle within your life that keeps repeating, such as, financial difficulty or difficulty with relationships, you can heal a lot by going into your past life and remembering what happened, because then you can understand why that cycle is still with you, why that karmic cycle is still with you in your subconscious. And then once you know that, you can acknowledge it and then heal it, and it's done. It's gone forever. There's no reason to really hold on to those memories if they're not helping you. However, if they are helping you, you can take the knowledge you've learned in past lives and you can apply that in this life to fulfill this life. So, yes, we've all had many, 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 many past lives. Sometimes your guardian angels or your spirit guides, people that you knew that really loved you, and they've actually put aside an incarnation for themselves so they can be with you in a non-physical form to help you and guide you throughout this life, sort of as a friend would hold a light for you while you're walking in the forest. There's a lot to be learned by living a lifetime on Earth. There's a lot of great things that can happen. And the good news is this is a really great time period, and there's a lot of information out there that we've have access to that none of us have ever had access to at their fingertips before. So this is a great time to be alive, so be happy that you're alive now. Acknowledge your past lives. You can also understand too that time is different on the other side. There's no real time in the spirit world. So, for example, if you've always connected to future movies and the space and outer space and futuristic scenarios, you have to realize, even though currently we're not there, it does exist, and you might have lived a lifetime on a future Earth or on a futuristic planet. So it's important to know that time doesn't exist. When we're in the spirit world, we can choose all different times to incarnate, all different timelines. So there's that. And yeah, I also do past life readings myself, so if you would like a phone reading, or if you would like an in-person reading in LA, I can always come and do a past life reading with you. That is one of my gifts, is to be able to, look at a person, feel their energy, and tell them their past lives. That's something that I can do without the need for you to go into hypnosis. But I do recommend definitely, going into the hypnosis state, really experiencing it for yourself. It's a completely safe practice. It's uh, there's nothing bad that can happen. It's sort of just like rewinding a movie in your subconscious and rewinding to the beginning or to what happened before the scene. But you can stop the movie at any time. If you discover something in a past life that you don't want to remember, you can easily, not remember it. You don't have to, because you're in this life. But anyways, I hope that this information has been really helpful to you. I'm about to do another video in a few seconds about what life is like on the other side, and yeah. So anyways, I love you guys very much, and I'm very happy that you're watching my videos, and I hope that you will keep watching. Thank you.